They made 5 of these? This is Home Alone 3 on Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Here comes Stinker Madness. Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. We are deep, hot, in the middle of the 15 days of bad Xmas movies podcast vidcrawl. Check us out, of course. We got 2 more movies coming up after this. Of course, go to the Misanthropy blog at misanthropy.com. They are releasing this week Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Dark Corners is doing Elves on youtube.com/London Comedy Writers. The If We Made It podcast is doing Ernest Saves Christmas at ifwemadeit.blogspot.com. And the JT Movie podcast is doing Jack Frost. Again, not with Michael Keaton, a rapey snowman, at jtmoviepodcast.wordpress.com. This is Justin. We got Sam.
Hi.
We got Jackie.
Woo-hoo.
And we've got Melissa here for the first time with us.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, so we just got done doing Home Alone 3 with one... What's that goddamn kid's name?
I lost the notes. I can't. He has Sally Jesse Raphael's haircut.
Oh, Jesus.
With a bunch of nobodies.
Little Sally Jesse.
Alex D. Linz.
Yeah.
And his name is Alex in the movie as well.
He maybe gets confused easy.
Maybe.
Did he make any movies after this?
What was that? Conker's Bad Fur Day?
No, so-and-so's, like, Big Day. But he also does a lot of voice acting now.
Oh, well... Yeah, he sucks. He's terrible. Or at least in this movie.
I don't know that he's any worse than anybody else in this movie.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I don't even see what the hell that other TV show was.
I don't know that
He's in a lot of
On Par is
Ronald
an
McDonald
achievement.
bullshit.
On Par is not good.
Max
No.
Keebles.
Yes, Max Keebles, when it isn't like Max Keebles' Big Day.
Big move.
Big movie?
Big move. Just big move.
Big move?
Yeah. Or at least that's what I am.
I thought it was Max Keebles' Big Movie.
Nope, big move.
Huh.
Yeah, that should be real interesting.
Well, I'm not gonna...
Probably not worth checking out.
I'm not gonna pick that.
So, yeah. How did the Home Alone 3 treat you guys? Were you more appointed than Home Alone 1 or 2?
I'm pissed off.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm pissed off that everybody railroaded me into not doing Home Alone 1.
See...
Because it couldn't have been any...
Defend yourself.
It couldn't
Go
have been
ahead.
any worse.
No.
This isn't even at Christmas. It starts on January 8th.
Does it?
Starts on January 8th.
The timeline
Some
is
bitch has a
questionable.
wreath on her door just because she's lazy.
The timeline is questionable. At best. It's dubious. We have no idea what time this movie takes place. It could be Christmas time.
They said January 8th.
Maybe it took that long for them to get from Chicago or San Francisco to Chicago. You don't know because time matters not at all in this film. At all. It has no properties. At all. It's like a shitty Star Trek the original series time travel movie.
My stomach hurts after watching this.
It was terrible.
It's so gassed up now and uncomfortable.
But I still don't understand why you're so hung up on Home Alone. Home Alone, Home Alone, Home Alone. A, you've seen it. B, it's just some shit. This is terrible.
This is terrible.
This is exactly what we're in this for. Is to root out through all the movies that people don't want to bother to take the time to watch. Everybody's already seen Home Alone. Who cares? They know it's not ever going to make a Hall of Fame list. Ever. Mm-hmm. This may have had a chance at it. It does not succeed in making somebody's Hall of Fame. Maybe it's Alex Pruitt's Hall of Fame list, but no. You know Home Alone's bad. This was a good gamble, and it's worse than Home Alone.
No, it's worse than a lot of movies.
So
I
almost felt like they were trying to get the dads in on this movie. Like, we know that the dads have to go to the theater to see this, so we're going to put in some missile bullshit.
Yeah, so
like a higher
some spy shit to make this like. Yeah, your dad wants to go with you to see this movie.
Because
so you're
espionage.
drinking in front of the TV for an hour and a half to watch this shit at the theater with you.
Or that, like, just that one payoff, because I wrote it down here. It's the standard missile -2 block specifications. And then there's a diagram of a poorly drawn missile. That's what you're saying is that I, as a man, am like, oh, yes, those are good missile blueprints. I am now appointed by this film.
I'm now in.
Yeah.
This is like Jason Bourne shit.
These guys are serious terrorists all of a sudden.
They brought in the FBI, you know?
Yeah.
That's some dad.
Some police action.
Yeah.
It's better than just a little blonde shithead causing grief on criminals.
The stakes are a lot higher because now Alex Pruitt, like Macaulay Culkin, whatever his name is, he's just trying to keep some people out of his house. Alex Pruitt is saving all of our freedom.
I'm not going to totally Sam
From
out
North
here
Korea.
and talk about a different movie.
Hong Kong.
I'm not going to Sam out here and talk about a different movie, but why did they want to get Macaulay
I was just going
Culkin?
to ask you that.
Why did they want to get in his house in the first
I don't
one?
know.
Anybody know?
To steal stuff because they were going to be on vacation.
That's right. They were just going through the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
No.
they were going to clean the neighborhood, and they
Okay.
made a list of when they were going to be gone and whatever.
What about the second one? Anybody have a clue?
That one was in New York.
I don't
Right.
even think I saw the second one.
Oh, they got separated on flights, didn't they? There's something.
Well, he's
I don't know.
alone.
I don't
He's
remember.
getting
Yeah, I don't know.
But this kid was not even alone.
Okay, let me finish here. Jesus, Railroad.
Toot toot.
That is not the spirit of Christmas.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. We were shopping. It was the spirit of Christmas.
Railroad people.
Pushing people over, drinking wine out of gulp jugs.
Hey, gulp, gulp, gulp jugs.
Thank you.
All right, forget it. I'm not even going to bother. You guys just have a good
But
time
the
over there. with
stakes
your
are a lot
the two
higher.
of you. Yeah,
This
the
is-
stakes
this-
are higher in theory, but we don't know about number 2. Because
I
maybe
don't
maybe
think
there
he
was
saves the country, and I'm going to go out on a
who's
limb.
to say.
No,
I
no
don't
saving
think
the country.
he saved the country,
No, I think he was working
Or-
on his Christmas presents.
possibly the world.
Sure, we understand his motivation. His motivation is to not die.
Well, yeah.
What are the bad guys' motivations in the second one? Nobody
Isn't
knows.
it the same bad guys?
Is it revenge?
Is it revenge?
Oh, maybe it is revenge.
Ah.
Ooh. Yeah. No, the stakes are higher in the third one.
We shouldn't even talk. We should just speculate as to what happens.
What about the fourth one? And the fifth one?
Rather than talk about this movie.
Well, this is the only one that gets it because the other two were directed video, so we're not even going to bother with those two pieces of shit in our lifetime.
And the other ones, this is the only one that doesn't, I just remembered it's the McAllister family.
The McAllisters, right.
Isn't Macaulay Culkin's character Kevin McAllister?
Kevin McAllister, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Considering that this was available on public TV on ABC, I don't think we should have bothered with this one.
This was ABC Family Channel.
Yeah.
I
You
will,
know you're getting shit if you've got your, if you've turned your dial.
watching ABC Family
I will have
Channel.
you both know that prior to this movie being on ABC Family was both Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. It was a Home Alone marathon.
No!
So, no matter what, you were going to get dealt the ABC Family.
So the suicide hotline was really busy then. That day. It was like, oh my god.
What if you got a busy
Wasn't it
signal
like-
when you called in? Please hold. Your call is very important to us. Are you watching Home Alone 3?
Press 1 for Home Alone. Press 2 for Home Alone 2.
Didn't the DVR have to go off at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get this too?
Yeah,
So it's
1 in the
like-
morning somebody was watching this thing.
Oh.
There is a target market out there for Home Alone 3, and they're up at 1 o'clock. Who is that?
Mark Montana!
I cringe. It could be Mark Montana. Could be Mark Montana.
Ooh, house arrest people.
House arrest people? Maybe
Yeah.
beater offers.
Beater offers?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Well, think about it. Well,
Okay,
so
I'm
you're watching an action movie at 1 in the morning, and you've got those sexy lady commercials that are always on.
That aren't on this channel.
No,
ABC
no.
Family.
I'm not talking about the people that are watching this movie. I'm talking about specifically
The
us.
people that... Okay, wait, hold on.
At 1 o'clock
So now
in the
you're
morning,
accusing me of
watching-
beating off to the ABC
Shut
Family channel.
up and let me finish. God damn it, you guys are on it tonight. Okay, so normal people that are up in the morning at 1 o'clock watching some action movie that's crummy usually get the hot ladies, the live link ladies, the call us, you're
Skinemax.
lonely. Yes, the Skinemax movie people. What if there's a whole other demographic that at 1 in the morning is watching ABC Family and just jacking it?
They're probably also on house arrest. for
Yes,
indecent exposure.
Exactly! Mark Montana!
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Jackie.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
just so you're up to speed there, Melissa, Mark Montana is our #1 fan.
Ooh.
He is
We-
also a fucking asshole.
We don't need to go through this again on this episode. Save it until after the show and you can tell her all about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's get into this damn piece of shit. So there's a missile, as we've revealed.
We should start it just how they started. Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
You know this
old typing sound.
Starts in Hong Kong with
$10 million
nondescript bad guys.
Yeah, and they're going to get...
They're Asians.
Yeah, because, you know what? They're all bad guys in Hong Kong.
Who are those guys? They're not in the movie. They're not. They
have another scene where they have the threatening phone call. They're like, if you don't deliver it within 24 hours.
Head of the crime syndicate, right?
Yeah.
So,
and they have a barracuda and a fish tank behind him.
All right, so they're the head of the crime syndicate. Fine.
The triad.
Great. What do they have to do with this movie?
They are the ones that are trying to move this missile chip.
Yeah, they're putting a hit out.
Who are they in relation to people who are actually in this movie?
I think they're the ones...
Everybody wants a chip. What the hell do they have to do with anything?
They're the ones that are pulling the strings.
Yeah, those guys are the ones that were hired.
On the actual bad guys of this film?
Yeah.
The bad guys of the film are the delivery boys for these triad.
They're thugs.
Yeah.
Bone and Harmony.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, just save that one for yourself.
Yeah. You know they're from Cleveland. Well, we see not Mitch Pileggi.
Okay. Yeah, right.
He also...
Who is he?
I'm assuming he works for the Air Force because he's the one that gets the $10 million.
So he smuggles the chip out somehow?
Guess? Yeah. Didn't he give him the chip?
Yeah.
He gives him the chip.
He gives the bad guy... we need to come up with a name for this group of 4 idiots that get Culkin. What are we going to call them? Are they Russian? Who are they?
They seem to be of some... indescript Eastern European ethnicity.
Let's just call them Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm good with that.
Okay. My joke comes full circle.
So, not Mitch Pileggi gives Bone Thugs and Harmony the chip. Except for Bone Thugs and Harmony is 3 things. It needs to be
they
fourth
need an
person.
acronym.
Yeah.
Boys to Men.
There you go.
ABC.
Well, the one guy that's running the show has a Brian Ferry haircut.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one's got the guy that gets electrocuted eventually. He's got the haircut from the one guy in
Fabio.
This better go somewhere.
Yeah, dude, what are you doing?
Oh my god, the Black Eyed Peas. He's the guy in the Black Eyed Peas that doesn't do anything other than the wacky dance. The spaceman.
Huh.
He's got that long, almost He-Man hair, but it's to his shoulders. Mm-hmm. The ape drape that goes to your shoulders,
the lady
whatever
haircut.
that is. Yeah.
The man with the lady haircut.
From the UPS commercials.
Yes. That's it. Ooh, that's exactly who that is.
He's got the UPS guy's haircut. Yeah, there's some bad hairdos in this. Anyway, so not Mitch Pileggi gives them the chip, and
they hide it.
So are they in Hong Kong, or are they not in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, they make the deal.
They're in Hong Kong.
Silicon Valley, they get the chip.
So they go to Silicon Valley
to get the chip.
They get the chip in Silicon.
Right, then they're getting in the airport
at San Francisco.
In San Francisco
to go back to Hong Kong.
Right.
Oh, it's all so clear now.
Okay.
All right, we are making good sense.
And then the old bat that steals the.
Well, we can't even go there yet.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm telling you, the editing and the pacing and how time moves in this movie, you have no clue where people are, when they are, and how they got there. Like, none.
No.
It's really, really... I think this might be the poorly edited movie I've ever seen.
It's for a theatrical release. I would have been pissed had I paid to see this at the theater.
Yeah.
This was
within 5 minutes, like, what the fuck? I've never seen a movie like this.
Yeah.
Well, my first thought was, is this even a kid's movie? It seems really, like, war-esque.
I think they were trying to get the dads in, like you said.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they go to the San Francisco airport. I was totally unclear on that part.
They hide the chip in an RC car first. The mutator.
Okay, so the point of this chip, we need to go into that. Because apparently the chip itself can make things undetectable. So you can put this chip onto the missile, whatever you called that missile.
It is the standard missile -2 block.
Right. And that makes the missile invisible to radars.
But not to x-rays when it goes through airport security.
No, because that's why they put it in the car. Is because the chip makes everything invisible. The chip itself is invisible because the security people don't see it.
No, they put it directly on top of the circuit board from the RC car so that it would look like it was, in fact, the circuit board to the RC car.
Do you think you can fool security that way?
Yep.
Do you think that... Here's a better question. Do you
I'm going with her on this one.
Do you think security gives a shit about a microchip coming through? They're going to be like, wow, weirdo, thanks for the circuit board in your bag. What the fuck is that for? It's not a bomb. It's just a little circuit chip. They don't know what that is. They're high school graduates, maybe.
So much stuff makes it past, like, TSA and...
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah,
you know what they're more concerned about?
through.
The old lady with the nail clipper with the little knife that flips out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They wouldn't give a shit about that chip.
No.
At all.
No.
Just be like, here's this chip.
Yeah. I'm a computer guy.
Yeah.
I carry those around for funsies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even need to mess with the old switcheroo. Put the chip in a goddamn RC car. So there you go. There's your first major plot hole.
Tell you
Dum-dums.
what, the next time I go through TSA, I'm putting pot in an RC car to see if that hides it.
Yeah.
I
You
would.
think that would work?
With the microchip bag over the
Yeah.
top of
Then
it.
it might get swapped, but with an old lady, and then Alex Pruitt gets his hands on it, and you have to have wacky adventures.
Dang it.
Yeah. So,
That kid's got my weed.
so she puts the RC car in a Parisian bag, whatever the hell Parisian bag is.
I'm guessing it's because of later when she said the bread. It's
Yeah.
like a nice bread that
It's
you can
French
only
bread.
get in San Francisco.
It's French bread.
Sourdough
it's
bread is
Parisian.
what she said.
Sourdough, yeah, well, I
No,
don't
that's
know.
not French bread. So some old ladies also got the same goddamn shopping bag.
There was a
and-
bunch of them in the
Yeah,
airport.
there was a bunch of them in the airport.
Now,
Parisian
here's
is a big deal in San Fran.
My
apparently.
first question, why the shitty bag? Does it matter what bag it's in? Maybe you put it in your actual bag.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it doesn't get lost, seeing as how it seems to be the most important thing in this movie.
Like a backpack.
And
So
why are
you
you
don't
putting
take off.
an RC car in a bread bag?
Right. Why hide the bag, or why hide the RC
Why hide
car?
any of it?
They can see it clear as day through their scanner device.
Yeah.
Well, the old lady grabs the RC car bag, and she's
And it weighs exactly the same
on her
thing.
way to Chicago. That's where she's bound for. But how do they know that? We got the wrong bag. We got to go find somebody, because they don't even know who's got the bag. But they figure it out because they look at an airline board, the arrivals and destination time arrival.
And the only
bullshit.
plane taking off at that point, the only one in San Francisco leaving, is going to Chicago.
Right.
I thought
Because
they
there was
saw
one
it.
So
plane
what?
at a time, Sam, that
So
leaves
what?
Chicago. That leaves
San
San Francisco.
I thought it was just because they get to Chicago. You don't know they're in Chicago by the time they get there either. This sequence is edited so poorly that it's just confusing as all get out. But I remember them seeing from a distance the packaging of the car in the top of the bag, and that's how they found her. But before that, they looked at all of the planes that were departing, and the one guy comes out and he's like, there's nobody in the bathroom.
Yeah, so they check the bathroom and a couple planes. There's only 3 of them. The one guy stares at the board. That's all he does. So there's essentially 3 of them searching all of SFO. And they do it, like, within seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we checked the bathroom, so therefore it can only be in Chicago.
Who goes into the bathroom and says, hey, got a bread bag with an RC car in it? Who says that? Who does
He's
that?
putting the foot underneath the stall, tapping. That's how you do that. That's what Larry Craig was doing.
He was looking for the secret ship.
Chips! That's all he was looking for.
So then my next thing that I have written down is that they do get to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
The old lady gets off the plane.
Well, they see her go in the cab.
Right.
Yeah.
No, before that even.
Okay.
She gets off the plane. She puts on her scarf. We see the RC car in her bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gets on the crippled people taxi thing that goes through the airport, right?
Right.
So 4 able-bodied spies that I'm assuming can run because they run.
They're
in
super
the
spy.
movie.
You're led to believe that they are super,
you're
the
a
best
spy.
there is.
You're not like me. You're not going to peter out after 10 feet. You won't be able to breathe and reach for your cigarette pack.
You know, that,
You know?
speaking of San Francisco
But
Airport,
they
Let her
can't
go,
even
let her go.
they can't even like catch up to and or beat the slow moving
Those
old
things
people
go
car.
about 4.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, where did the old lady go? I mean, why didn't you just walk really fast behind it?
That whole sequence is so poorly, again, edited that I thought they were still in San Francisco when all of that went down. I was like, where the fuck are these people?
when they got to Chicago, I was still wondering when they left Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Like, well, we're not in Hong Kong. How did that happen?
Yeah, I thought that the flight went directly from Hong Kong to Chicago until Jackie explained that to me. I was like, so now they're... whatever. What were
I was just going to say that, no one runs until you've got to catch a flight in fucking San Francisco. Every time I've ever flown into that airport, I have to run as fast as I can from one end of it to the other.
Ooh, that's got to be hard on you.
Yeah.
I don't run. If a bear was chasing me, I wouldn't run. I know it's going to catch me.
I would just lay down and be like, salami sandwich, here it comes.
But that's the one time in my life that I was like, oh, you're going to miss your plane. You have to sprint.
All right, we got to keep this guy moving. Well, I don't think we have time for too many tangents tonight, guys. Got to get going. So the lady goes home. They don't catch her. They find a cab. Mm-hmm. They see the cab. He's got a spy camera that goes directly, takes pictures and downloads them directly to his Palm Pilot, which we don't even have now. A camera glove. Yeah, no, we don't have it. We live in the future.
Well, we do have. We just have it to where you just use the same device to take the picture.
Just take the picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Or he
Saves you
takes the
some
picture.
time.
He takes the picture to write the cab number down, which is only 2 numbers. It's 4 numbers total, but it's 3377. I know what that is, and I don't even need a Palm Pilot and a camera glove. It was just 3377.
These people are very tech savvy in this movie, Justin.
Yeah, but it's 4 numbers.
You gotta make
2 of them are the same.
You don't want to be the guy in this group of 4, though, that's like, I don't know.
Or when you get there, like, I didn't take a picture or write it down because it was easy to remember. What was it? I don't remember.
But it was easy.
It was easy. It was only 2 numbers.
It would have saved them a lot of grief, wouldn't have? So they find the cabbie, they track him down, and it's night. Who knows how long this all takes before they find the cabbie? They just go to where he's dropping off his cab and going home for the night or whatever after his cabbie business is done. And they're like, "Hey, we have a couple questions for you." And the ringleader guy, whatever, we don't know what these people's names are, so you're going to have to deal with that. But
Mr.
he goes,
Munger?
Mr.
Well,
Munger.
something like
Yeah,
that. They all had like Mr. and Miss names.
Yeah, whatever.
Elaine.
I know the girl's name was Alice, but that's all I got.
Yeah, Alice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She had a stupid last name.
He goes to the cab driver. You had a fare earlier at 1600 hours, January 8th. Okay, it's January 8th?
Yeah.
Or it was January 8th because here's my logic, and where I'm going to go with this, you'll find out later. But if he says the date, that must mean that it is not January 8th. So the earliest that this movie could start is January 9th. Because otherwise he would say, today.
Well, that's what happened to the other guy when he, like, that's a joke. Because he lists out all of the time and the date and everything. And the other guy's like, it was 4 hours ago.
Okay, so, I didn't catch that part. So it is January 8th.
It is January 8th.
All right. We need a starting point of this movie. That's good news. So it's January 8th, that night. And the cab recalls every single detail perfectly of this
He was going
delivery.
He was going to go back and rape that old hag.
Yeah, he had some sort of connection because he knows
That's right.
It was 4 hours ago. What was your fare? It was an old lady. Oh, I took her to this street, and her house looks like this, and the sidewalks aren't shoveled, and she has Christmas lights up, and yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, because he was going to go back later.
Right off the top of his head.
But a real Chicago cab driver probably would have answered the question with, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I would say go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not your
and
business.
then be shot in the face.
Fine. Whatever. They get shot in the face all the time.
Carry.
Yeah, it's Chicago.
Yeah.
They are?
You have to carry to be a cabbie in Chicago. Come on.
Oh.
How could you not? That
Well,
seems
I'm
like a bad
ignorant.
plan.
I'm ignorant.
Okay.
Ignorant.
I don't know.
So now we are introduced to one Alex Pruitt. The first time we see Alex Pruitt.
Who was a butt scratcher.
He is a butt scratcher. He's got a case of the chicken pox.
But before we know that,
Up
though,
his
I have
ass.
written down, this kid has the itchiest butt ever. I'm like,
Even
why?
with chicken pox, he is digging in that butt.
That is the problem with whatever happens with the director or him. The director has either said, you need to get your whole hand in your butt crack, or he does it on his own and they don't tell him not to. But
Either
that's
way-
just too much. He's getting in too far for film.
Either way, a
purposes.
child sticks his own fist up his ass in this
So
film.
maybe he was scratching his butt during a take, and they're like, "Crap! How are we going to fit this into the plot line?
He's got
I don't want to
chicken
retake
pox,
that.
I've got it."
Oh, yes, chicken pox.
He's
All
got-
kids get that.
He's got an
Yeah.
itchy butt. Maybe Alex D. Linz just really needed to wipe better. And he just could not stop itching his ass during filming. Let's just run with it. So he's shoveling sidewalks, working hard, and why does she not want to pay him, the old lady?
Because it was supposed to be done before she got back.
As soon as the snow fell, he was supposed to get his ass out there and shovel those walks.
She had to walk on that snow.
Did you see how much snow there was out there?
Not a lot.
It was like half a foot.
Now,
Who cares?
That's a
That's
lot.
why...
How old is this kid? 8?
well, either you do it or you don't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should quit being an old bitch is what you should probably
I don't
quit
know.
doing.
If I
Be
was
the kid.
gone for a week, it was
cares?
like, all you gotta do, I'm coming back. Want this shoveled. You got a whole week to do this. If it snows again, that's, your deal.
You're going to say
I
that
had to
she
walk
is
in
in the
the
right.
snow.
You are going to say that she is in the right and that you shouldn't pay that 8-year-old child who just shoveled your a couple minutes late.
Gave him like a $65 remote control
Yeah, but
car.
she thinks it's worthless. It's the
To
principle
her,
of
it's
the matter,
worthless because
right?
it's not bread. She left her bread in San
I'm just going to
Francisco.
give it. It doesn't even matter. He's an 8-year-old kid. If he comes to my house, he just shovels like a thing. But if he gives it his, he gives it as a good solid try, a go for an 8-year-old, I'm going to pay him. I'm not going to be a dick and be like, you have to go home after just doing all this work and being all sweaty with the fucking chicken pox. He shouldn't even be out there.
Maybe she was trying to teach him a lesson.
That life is
responsible.
bullshit.
Yeah,
That's a good lesson for him to learn at that age.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Never too early to learn that.
Yeah, and she tries to teach him another lesson. Don't itch your ass in front of ladies.
Yeah.
That's true.
She's just trying to,
That
the more you know this kid.
I can't argue in his defense on the itchy butt. I just can't. You should
not
not be
itch
itching
your
his
butt in
ass.
front of ladies.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you didn't know that, write it down.
Just don't itch your butt. It's gross. And it gives you a stinky finger. So she pays him with the RC car that she gets at the airport. And so now he's got the chip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the bad guys conveniently show up right as he's leaving after getting the RC car.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're staking out the neighborhood. I don't know why they didn't just go straight up to her and be like, put a gun in her face and be like, give us the RC car! Because they don't know which house is hers, because all of them look the same.
He shoveled the driveway
Right.
before they got there.
Right.
And screwed him.
All right, so now they have to figure out where that RC car is. That's right.
Yeah.
So he
Right.
nearly saved the world just by shoveling the driveway.
By
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
inept.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
By being inept, he saved everybody.
See, you got to pay that kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing us favors. So he's.
So now we get to meet his family.
Yeah, he goes back home. They find out that he's got the chicken pox in his ass. Because, no, they really do find out that he's got the chicken pox in his ass.
The joke. There was too many butt jokes.
And that he at one point slammed his wiener in the toilet.
See, that's back to keeping the dads entertained, right?
Wieners in toilets and itchy asses.
I'm
Dad's,
so glad I didn't drink this evening so I could take your ass to the movies.
are dads that dumb? That like
we
that's your
would've-
bait? Like itchy butt and wieners getting slammed in toilet seats and you're on board?
Boys
See,
never grow up. You guys never grow up. It's always
I
fun.
thought, well, I apparently have because I thought it was fucking stupid.
oh! See, I think if we would have known more about this movie and we would have, for the 0.5 done, the product would have been the standard Missile 2 butt scratcher.
Yeah. Just jam that in there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna say when we get introduced to the talking parrot, I fucking hate talking animals.
Oh, I hate
I fucking hate talking animals.
The parrot at one point is like, who's sidekick?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
He's kind of running the show
Yeah.
sometimes.
That parrot will do anything for 2 crackers.
I'll bet you the parrot is smarter than the kid. What do you want to bet?
Well, yeah.
Oh, Alex Pruitt? No way, Alex Pruitt is a precocious little scamp. What are you talking about? He's... You know what Alex Pruitt is going to be? I think he's very intelligent. I think that movie it leads you to believe that he is very intelligent, or you're even supposed to infer that he's very intelligent because he has big words and talks about very adult concepts and what you should and shouldn't do and what's right and what's wrong.
And kills people.
You know what he's going to be? Well, this supports my theory even more. I think he's going to grow up and be that guy that goes into a place and shoots everybody.
I think that he's going to grow up and be the guy that, like, works in cubicles with everybody else, but he's the one that's always spouting office policy to everybody else about they're taking too many staples. You've been in the bathroom for 15 minutes.
Well,
always threatening to tell management, but never doing it.
So
Yep.
either way,
and he
he's
watches
a little
Finger
dickhead.
Bang Bang on his laptop in the break room.
Finger bang bang.
Finger Bang Bang! Bang Bang!
He watches South Park?
No, just the video for Finger Bang Bang. Never mind.
All right.
Nobody
Let's
knows.
go back to Bone Thugs, because you were not funny then either.
Oh.
So,
I still hate talking parrots.
We forgot
Yeah,
to
yeah.
mention that, like, you see the Rube-Goldberg
Fish feeder.
capability, fish
Yeah.
feeder, so you know that it's going to be another Home Alone movie,
Yeah.
even though they're
Foreshadowing.
not going to do it for, like, another
Yeah, his
hour.
family, right? Like, go around the room. So, I love his mom's hair.
Oh,
Right?
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. They had to work so hard to make it look like Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yeah, she
mom's
does
hair.
really look like, what's her name?
Kathleen O'Hara.
Yeah.
Kathleen O'Hara.
They
Yeah.
worked really hard on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's really bad, but it's perfectly bad.
So he's got a remote control extender to play practical jokes on the old lady across the street. He likes turning her TV on and off and changing the channel to be wacky and teasing her. He turns it to a Jamie Foxx video.
It was like, I think they were trying to make it like a Prince video.
I'm not
but
so sure. Why Jamie Foxx? He does have a music career. He does.
Okay.
He sold
At
like
this time?
10 million out.
When
What
this
if
was
this
made?
was one of his original things and they just bought it because it was
I
cheap?
thought In Living Color was his original thing.
Maybe he was trying to make tunes back then. Why not?
Either way, this old lady is one of my favorite characters in this
I
movie.
just thought that was weird.
Because she's
I
a
guess
drunk
go
old
ahead and
lady.
railroad me.
She's drunk?
She has super
No,
bad teeth.
I thought she just drank iced tea.
No, she had a liquor bottle and she
Grandma's
was
iced tea.
Oh!
herself special iced teas because you see her in there and she's got her cigarette and she's got a glass container of booze in one of those fancy crystal containers and she's pouring them into her tea and she's like tink 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 and then she goes to go to the TV and shithead Magoo over there changing the channel on her.
I wonder what's in her decanter for real. I wonder if it's apple juice or it's really whiskey. And she's like, I'm on set. It's fine.
That's
No,
what
I
I
would
would
I
do.
would be sloppy drunk during the making of this film. I would be that editor. Oh, what? The time? No, I'm drunk. So the bad guys are now casing the neighborhood to find the RC car, which I want to go back to the date thing. This is now day 2 of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now January 9th. Christmas ornaments and decorations are still up.
It's snowy outside. Nobody wants to go outside.
It's January 9th.
That's lazy. I mean, that's over a week.
It's 2 weeks past Christmas.
I think, what is it, like January 1st is like the hall pass date?
Yes.
On January 2nd, because
That
you're
shit
always...
needs to be
Right.
gone.
Yeah, because you're
It has to be
hungover
down.
on the 1st, so on January 2nd, you gotta get your ass out there
That
and
is the
take
rule.
all that shit down.
That is the okay rule. So the next day, it's now January 10th. Christmas decorations are still up. The mom leaves for work because Alex is sick. He's got the chicken pox, but she gets called in on some unknown thing that she
never
has to do.
Even find out what
what's
it is
her job?
she does.
Who knows? We don't find out what his job is. The dad's
He's
job.
selling something to some guy in Cleveland.
Probably chips.
Inside job.
Yeah. So now Alex is scoping out the bad guys because he's got the house to himself and he's got his attic telescope thing and he sees suspicious activity. A lady with the dog that's not hers that we don't even know if it's hers or not. Like, where'd you get the dog? I don't know.
Yes,
We're not
you
going to
do.
set that up.
They did set that up. They
Later.
went into the backyard and stole the dog.
Yep, they stole
They
the
did?
dog.
Yes, they did.
And that was after she put on a wig to buy a house, because you have to put on a disguise to buy a house, and a
That's right.
wig will do the job. Like,
Yeah.
I sold it to a blonde lady, that's not her.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I must have been writing notes at that point.
Yeah, it's like, why did you have to buy a fucking house?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Wait,
I don't
wasn't she
remember
a-
that. I was writing down 2 words because they just edit a bunch of things in as fast as they can to be like, oh, we put that in there.
I
This is a
feel like
fast-paced
in
film.
1 and 2, the mom was a real estate agent. Wasn't she a real estate agent?
I don't know.
Something like that. Nah.
You're really trying to work back to the one movie of this
No,
series that you've seen.
I feel like that's what it was. I don't remember, but I feel like that's what it was. Because she wore those business suits all the time.
No, lady
The
business
90s
suits
suits.
equals
No.
Realtor.
Yep. And
What if she was like a CEO? What are you doing judging ladies? The ladies can't be CEOs?
not
they
in the
can.
80s.
Oh, they're bitchy,
not in
I'll
the
tell you
90s.
what.
This was 1997, just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah. So he sees them, and he sees them in the old lady's house. And he calls the cops. And he calls 911, and he says, I saw a burglar. And she replies, are you by yourself? That's not how that conversation would go.
How do you know?
Well,
Because he used to prank call 911 all the time.
what's the address? What's the you saw a burglar? Are you sure it's a burglar, young man? What's the address? We'll send people out. Are you by yourself? What the fuck does that matter? Find out more details about the burglar. Is he armed? Is he threatening you?
Well,
Is he in your house?
they probably want to know if he's by himself because if there's an adult present, they'll want to talk to the adult.
It struck me as a whole "what's in the bag, a shark or something" type dialogue. Just wasn't good. But either way.
That was somebody's sister, and they promised her over
Oh,
a
that
game.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah, over holiday drinks that she
Yeah.
could be in this movie.
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember, it wasn't Spy Kids, because Spy Kids is the movie. You remember the toys that were like surveillance toys that were marketed? They were huge.
I wasn't a kid during
Like,
Spy
are you talking
Kids.
about like the
No,
nanny bears?
they're not. I'm not. They weren't called Spy Kids. I'm saying it's not Spy Kids.
Yeah, but you're talking
That was
about the
way
same
after.
time frame.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about like in the 90s.
I was also not a child during that.
They were.
Yeah, but they had like bears and stuff that had cameras for eyes and
The nanny cam? That was for
No.
adults. Just
No, they.
see what your kid's doing.
It was all like they had like night vision goggles and you had like parabolic mics and crap where you could really just. These were toys for children to spy on their neighbors.
Oh, bite. Where are you going with this?
That's what they were using. The bad guys had the kitty Spy Kid
God.
crap.
Did they really, or are you just making fun?
One of them was really the kitty Spy
Jesus
Kid crap.
H.
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty
What
fair.
happens if your kid is like humping the nanny watcher bear?
What?
So you have nanny watcher bear and your kid's like, I gotta hump. And he starts humping the bear and then all you see is
gotta
your
hump.
kid's face.
What kind of messed up kid humps a teddy bear? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
That one. Jackie.
Did you hump a teddy bear, Jackie? You have
Jackie.
some confessions
Jackie
to
humps
make?
No, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even like you.
Oh.
Well, the mom shows up before the cops do. She was supposed to be gone for an hour. She pulls out of the driveway. He sees the bad guys, calls the cops, and then all of a sudden she's back. How long did it take those fucking cops to get there? Because she's back within an hour before they even show up.
They showed up and... Did they show up around the same time?
Around, yeah.
Well, they do one thing. They kick that fucking door in. Like, is there a burglar? Isn't there a burglar? I'm not waiting to find out. One thing they trained me to do is kick fucking doors in.
Yeah, they go in like Mulder and Scully.
Gee. Oh, they couldn't kick a door down that fast. These Chicago guys, they go
Yeah.
through a door like it's not even there.
You know, like water. Well, the bad guys get away. They're not in the house. He's cried wolf, supposedly. Even though he did what he's supposed to. Bad guys are just... You're set up to believe that these guys are elite. Again, they are elite thugs. Transporters of things that are illegal. They're the best in the world. You want a chip transported from San Francisco to Hong Kong? Well, you call these guys.
Yeah.
They should have called the transporter.
They should have called Jason Statham. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
But they didn't. They called these guys. And so they're
Well, they had
sly.
a
They've got a
plan.
whole way to get away. The guy jumps into the moving car at like 35 miles an hour, and they're very in sync at the start of this film. They know what they're doing. Later, they not so much. So now on day 3, we are now on January 11th. Christmas lights are still up. Yeah. You know, I'm starting-
Maybe it's just one of those towns where they just play fast and loose with the rules.
Yeah.
Shit just flies up there.
Do you think that this is Aurora, the same place that Wayne's World takes place? Suburb of Chicago? Why
I don't
not?
know. Why not?
Maybe.
I bet
Wayne's in charge of
Christmas
taking-
lights are up year round.
Well, the FBI is on to these guys as well. Like, they know that they've got the chip and that they're trying to transport the chip. How do they know this? We don't know. But you just get, now the FBI's onto them. We gotta find that chip. Whatever. Comes into play later. The bad guys are now disguised as old people. And,
For house number 2.
yeah, they're searching house number 2.
Because they're so fucking slow, they can only do one house a day.
Yeah, what are they doing the rest of the time?
What kind of operators are they? We're going to search one house, have a margarita,
Yeah.
come back.
Go
They-
get
Oh,
some
I'm
Jimmy
too drunk to go
John's.
to the next house. We'll just have to do that one tomorrow.
You do see them eating a lot of takeout food.
Yeah.
Like they're phoning it in for an hour and then they're going for takeout.
Yeah, because they're all like, oh, you got 30 seconds or whatever to get out of the house. Before what happens?
Yeah. Before Alex Pruitt strikes. They don't know that.
But you know what's even worse is that the second house, they're in there scoping that thing out, right? And the fucking school bus comes. So not only are they lazy and only do one house a day,
It's like
they
4
get
o'clock.
up at like noon,
Yeah.
rotate through the bathroom, and then eat some takeout, and then go at 2:45.
2:45. Bus shows up at like 3:30.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
I don't even know if they're rotating. Like, the guy with the ponytail probably isn't even bathing.
I doubt
No,
it.
he looked kind of gross for most of this movie. So what are they doing all day?
That's a very good question.
Maybe they're staking the house out.
Maybe they're having sex with the nanny cam.
Maybe.
Humping
the bear.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's something
whatever.
a little bit more insidious than that.
Ooh.
Like
There are 3 of them.
Alice gangbang. No, you don't see these
No,
guys
no.
being Alice gang. They're above that.
I think she's above that.
She's above them. I don't know. She seems pretty low standards.
Ooh, she's more flexible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's bendy.
Yeah.
She did not die when she fell
Also
through that
come
thing.
into play later. So now it's day 3, January 11th. Guess what? I guess you can use your own imagination. Fill in the blank there. He calls the cops again on him. Cops show up.
They kick that fucking
Kick
door
the
down!
fucking door in! But he's hiding. He's in the house this time, the bad guy, but he's hanging upside down in the Batman style on the rafters. That house is also getting
Under
remodeled.
construction. Everything's
This is like
conveniently under construction when it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no mention of remodeling.
No.
Nor are there any contractors to be
Ever
seen
working.
ever working.
No. She says we are remodeling in the very first of the movie. The mom does.
Oh?
She does.
She says that, but I don't believe her. Because I don't see it happening.
I don't know. Contractors, you never see them. You
Yeah.
never see them. You call them, they don't show up, they don't come back. If they do, they only work for like an hour and then they leave again. It's fucking irritating.
They might as well be chip transporters.
Yeah.
But he gets lectured by the cops because they don't believe him again.
They send down the fucking chief.
The captain?
No, they
What
said
was the
chief.
chief? Oh, boy.
The chief of police.
And you know he's the chief, Justin, because he's got a mustache.
Yes! And glasses. He's got the big glasses and a mustache.
Yep, aviator glasses with real lenses in them.
Yeah, the only thing they could have
Prescription
done
lenses.
better is he had an I'm the boss coffee cup. Then
Yeah.
you would have really known.
Or if he'd been yelling at Action Jackson in the previous scene.
Yeah.
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 Whatever. So, now the bad guys are back, and he's rigged up the car. He can no longer call the police. He's got to get proof that these guys are bad guys. So he rigs up the car with a camera, and uses the chip car to get the bad guys on camera.
Which is we're estimating 42 minutes into the film.
That he first Culkins out.
This is when the movie, you think the movie's going to start here, but they don't actually start.
Yeah, well,
So 42 minutes in.
42 minutes, he physically causes pain on the bad guys.
Yes.
And don't forget, he's making battle plans with an albino rat.
Oh, yeah.
It's his only friend. That's his only fucking friend.
He Braveheart speeches that rat.
Right. And its name is Doris, so you were led to believe that Doris is a boy, or a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. Doris has some huge balls on it when it's
Yep.
running up somebody's leg, and you're like,
Dangly ones.
yeah,
Yep.
those are some really big rat balls. That is not a girl.
What was her name? Rhymed with the female
Dolores?
vagina.
Oh.
Doris, clitoris.
Yeah, it was Dolores was her
Oh,
name
it's
in
Dolores.
Seinfeld. He's
That
that's
joke
the end
doesn't
of the episode.
apply here.
No.
No.
There you go. If you want to see something funny, watch Seinfeld instead of this film. So now he records the bird because the guys are in the house looking for the car because he's got them on film, and so they're like, "Oh, I got to get the camera." How is he getting tape the footage back to himself?
The radio
in a different house?
They just gloss right over that.
Yeah, so he's got a wireless camera feed.
He's got shit that hasn't been invented yet.
Right.
Maybe he had a wireless network. Maybe he was the original inventor of the wireless network.
That's attaches to a camera that does not have Wi-Fi.
That's
Yeah.
that's
It
a
has
VHS. It's a VHS-C camcorder.
It's the first Bluetooth. Yeah. Come on. It would totally work.
You know,
It'd be
suspension
fine.
of disbelief is important if you're going to watch this movie.
I cannot.
And the dads are already
cannot.
drunk by now, so they can't be like, "Oh, it's not Bluetooth."
I had one of those VHS-Cs. You can't even get them to play back right.
I think at this point in the film, Dad has walked away and is now in the garage just smashing things with a hammer. So he's got the bird on the answering machine.
Yep.
And he's using that bird to call the home to make the bad guy think that somebody's at the house.
Yeah.
So he didn't hear... Again, what's with movies and not understanding how answering machines work?
Because it says, hey, we're not home.
Hello, we're not home right now. And then the bird talks. But no, the bird just talks. And the guy's like, oh, that's somebody's in this house. Whatever.
Let's get real upset about that.
I am real upset.
Every week there's a new, like, God, these guys just don't
And they're
get
answering machines.
Okay, but I'm going to say this, though. During this particular house, they do try to get the dads back. A little bit.
Oh.
By a bra being shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, he has to hide the car in the laundry hamper. And there's a bra in it.
I think the bra is the very aware... The filmmakers are very aware that they're losing the 13-year-olds already.
Yeah.
Like, even the 13-year-olds are like, I don't like this movie. Like, well, let's put a bra, some underpants in here, and it's going to be funny.
That was worn by someone. Oh, just in my
Where's the
pants.
Titty residue. All right, well, so there's a whole scenario where he's running the car all over the place. It runs over Alice's face. They chase it. They start bonking heads. Everybody's bonking into each other's heads. Now, this is the point in the film where this elite team of super espionage people have gone to complete morons.
Yes, they're doing all of this to themselves at this point. He's not even doing it.
He's just driving an RC car.
Right. But the bad guys, though, did take the tape.
He does take the tape. That is correct. So they can see their own footage that he also had, because now they've got the tape that they can play in a VCR. Whatever.
Maybe the bad guys never did any urban training, right? You know, maybe they have no idea how to operate inside a house.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, he calls the Air Force. Because he finds the chip. He cracks the car open for no reason, finds the chip, and calls the Air Force. We're at 45 minutes here, 48 minutes, so we're going to have to go through this pretty quick.
Which he needs a magnifying glass to read because he's got really shitty eyesight. Go on.
Thank you. So the bad guys call the Pruitts, and they figure out that he's got the car because of cleverness. It was the only thing that didn't not work in the film, I thought. So he knows that they're onto them.
Yeah.
And so he's starting to really Culkin out the house. Like, he's putting traps everywhere.
At 1 hour and 3 minutes, it actually becomes a Home Alone movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
When it is 3/4 of the way over.
So...
Or 2/3.
Gonna go real fast here. He frees the dog. The dog, with the dog whistle, the dog drags Alice. Alice gets beaten up in the process. The dog's free. Then the guy sits in the electric chair... that's also strapped to the front door that the other guy is standing next to and blows out his...
They think that was just more bad editing.
Yeah.
They just both did something individually and it blew the asses out of both of their pants.
Yeah. Butts are so funny.
Butts.
Then he slips on marbles, crashes into the door. They cut the wire booby trap, the fake booby trap that is attached to the dumbbell. They think, oh, we've outsmarted you. The books fall on them after a whole Rube-Goldberg process.
Breaks the window and ruins
that's the first time
a
he
bunch of
causes
antique
destruction to his
books.
house.
Like, the antique book's probably worth more than anything else that he destroys in the film.
Well, Alice goes and gets the old lady and wraps her up for some reason. I don't know. What she's gonna...
Because she's a bitch.
What the play there.
Because she was going to go over to the house and they were going to start doing their business.
Yeah.
And she was like... Yeah.
Okay. So, rapins? The guy gets
Clean
sprayed
up
in
the
the
cobwebs,
face
Justin.
with paint.
Snuggle struggle.
Right in the eyeballs through a mail slit. That would hurt pretty bad. Then they get hit in the head with the barbell, which I do want to talk briefly about. I think it would have killed them. I think it would have crushed their skulls. Not unconscious or turned them into retards. I think they would be dead.
I think they would have been killed by a very large antique chest full of books falling into your face. It would have broke your fucking neck.
At least trapped.
At least the chest crumbled. Like, so you're led to believe that it's old and crappy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't stay together. So then the one guy peeks up into the attic, triggers another thing, and he gets a lawnmower in the fucking face.
Yes.
What the fuck?
That would not turn out good.
No!
You would be fucking dead by then.
Or if not, part of your face would be trapped in the lawnmower. Like, okay, say you're not dead. Say it doesn't go through your brain.
You're
it just
stuck
cuts up your
into
face.
a lawnmower.
Your face would get wedged into the lawnmower. Owie!
If you didn't receive medical...
Why is there a lawnmower in the attic?
Yeah, that's a bad place to keep your lawnmower.
Nobody keeps their lawnmower in the
And how
attic.
did you get it up there?
With the dumbwaiter, apparently.
I'm not gonna fit.
No,
Not gonna fit.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So, Alice falls in tar, I think.
Yeah, that doesn't... There was no setup for the tar pit.
And she falls in it twice, and then she gets plants land on her head twice, which I guess maybe wouldn't kill her, but definitely concussion. The next guy, the guy that from the UPS commercial, gets a windowsill, lands on his head. And then the paint face guy...
Grabs the wrong gun.
Well, no, not yet.
Oh.
He gets the punch to the balls
Oh, yeah.
from the trap. And then he sits on fireworks, I guess. So now he's got a blown out ass.
He landed on his own shotgun, which conveniently didn't kill him.
Oh, I thought there was fireworks down on the
And then he was like, "Oh, I landed on this shotgun."
So
and
it just
went off.
shot
So
out his butt?
Yeah. And then he throws the shotgun away like, "Well, I see how it goes when I use this thing. I'm done with it."
So all of them start getting glued everywhere.
Oh.
Alice gets her hand glued. The guy gets glued feet in the Mega Bloks buckets.
The first legitimate product placement.
Yeah.
Nobody else was interested.
One guy climbs 3 ladders and then takes a step toward Alex and falls through the floor, which Alex has cut away. He falls 3 stories and lands on a toilet. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a shattered spine, but he's not. The mom calls, and she's checking in. Alex is like, "No, don't come here. I'm gonna fucking kill these guys." The bad guy then grabs the wrong gun, which is let's come back to that one once that comes into play.
Yeah.
Alex has spray painted a shooty pistol,
Dart gun,
the sucker dart gun, and the guy grabs it. It's on top of a dryer. And he just happens to set his gun down and grab the wrong one.
that was a precarious setup at best.
So what does that teach you? Get off the fucking phone when you're trying to kill an 8-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was listening to the phone call. The FBI shows up at the school, and they're like, oh, because Alex called the Air Force, the Air Force called the FBI, and the FBI's like, we're going to go to the school that Alex is at. And the family just happens to be there. Tells them the whole plot.
Yeah.
And now they're on Alex's side. When earlier they were like, that little kid's a douchebag. Whatever.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing ever is the guy goes into the shower. He's duped into thinking that there's a booby lady in there.
There's a booby lady in there.
Because the bird was singing.
Right, the bird's singing, and there's a cardboard cutout of a naked lady in there. And so, okay, what's that going to do for anything? Other than
He's like,
our spectacle.
Let's say you're him. You've had a bad day. And he's like, you know what? This has gone shitty. I'm gonna get a handful of boob and then go back to what I was doing.
Why would Alex even set that trap up, though?
I don't know.
Whatever. He gets some blue balls, I guess. That's his pain right there.
No.
Well, Doris runs up the one guy's pants who blew out his ass, and now he's got a hole in his butt and his wiener of his pants. And then Alice whacks him in the balls with a bat. Because Doris isn't there. Doris runs away.
There was nothing in the space where the hole of his jumpsuit was.
Yes.
Did he
He's a
paint
Ken
it
doll.
up?
He's a Ken doll.
He's a Ken doll. All right. Well, those are some tight panties he's got going on there. That's unfortunate.
Maybe he's one of those guys that's been wearing the same Fruit of the Looms for 15 years, and you gotta really try to get them on there.
Well,
the elastic doesn't keep them up. It's they're 3 sizes
She
too
says
small.
you need to change your pants, otherwise you will have rats in them.
Yeah, change your shorts, and he doesn't, I guess.
Another life lesson.
Top tip. So then they have some more head injuries. Alex runs out of the house and says, "Can't catch me."
I'm the leprechaun.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that wasn't this movie.
Man, might as well be. Now he's on a skateboard. The bad guys are up on the attic, and you know what's coming, and it still sucks.
Yeah.
They jump down onto the trampoline. Oh, but the trampoline's not there, and they land in the frozen pool.
Haha.
He duped
Killed them again.
Yeah, he's killed. They're dead. They freeze to death.
Very, very dead.
The robot, my favorite part of the movie. The robot.
Oh, you have a favorite part.
Alice is still up in the attic, and so the robot pushes the button on the dumbwaiter, and she now thinks, because the dumbwaiter's up at the top, that's where Alex is at. So she gets in the dumbwaiter, falls to her death. Crumples.
Who climbs in a hole without looking first?
Or, like...
And if you were in that big of a hurry, why didn't you just use the fucking stairs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go through the dumbwaiter. Ass first, mind you. She goes in there ass first. Which then folds her up in half as she falls.
That's not how you do everything?
I could not believe that even, even a little kid that has no concept of anything is going to know that character is dead.
Very,
you can't
very
fall
dead. 3 stories in half.
Yeah.
No.
She's dead.
She's
not a fucking
coccyx.
cartoon. Yeah, she coccyx. I think that's the least of her problems. I think she's fucking dead. So then Alex runs over and saves the old lady, but Paint Face is there, and then we get the gun payoff.
Mm-hmm.
That there was 2 wrong guns.
Yeah, 2. He's duped him twice. Now, so this is Alex's plan, is I am going to set this fake gun on this dryer, and at some point, the bad guy is going to pick it up instead of his real gun.
So why the stupid little kid, because he found the real gun on the dryer. And why, instead of throwing the real gun away, why didn't he just take it with him? Pretty useful
so
thing.
So that he could cap the bad guy. Well, what if his plan goes right and the guy actually still has his real gun and shoots him in the face?
Yeah, or he has a second gun. Anybody carry it back up? Just saying.
Well, that was his second gun. His first gun shot him in the butt, and he wanted no part of it anymore. And then he's like, picks up the gun, and it feels a little light. He doesn't care because he's thinking, maybe I shouldn't use guns.
I think that's very questionable judgment on the filmmaker's part, not for plot details, but to glaze over the fact that guns are funny to kids. Guns
I think that's the only thing that they do is when he puts the gun in the trash. That's like their gun safety moment of the movie.
If a bad guy has a gun,
put it in the trash.
Then
I
put
guess.
It in the trash. Yeah.
And that is when drunk dad, who is watching this movie with you because he's no longer sober.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't ever fucking touch my guns, you little son of a bitch!
Definitely don't throw them away!
Yeah, you just don't touch them, don't throw away guns! That little kid's a dick!
That's a $600 gun you just threw in the trash can, you little penis.
Yeah,
penis.
Little penis.
Little penis. Well, Alex...
Did Dad call you a little penis or something?
Alex scares off the bad guy
swear in front of kids.
with a bubble gun.
Anatomically correct.
The bad guy thinks Alex actually has a real gun. Mm-hmm. It's actually a bubble-blowing gun. The cops arrive.
And this is a key point, because the cops show up, and they go to the Pruitt's house, and you know what they do? They just open the door.
Yeah.
They don't kick that motherfucker in.
Might as well. The house is destroyed anyways.
Yeah.
So then they don't catch the bad guy, the last bad guy. They show Alice, and she's all folded up, and the 2 frozen guys, they're all right, apparently, but they're transported to hospitals or wherever.
And she's getting molested by one of the extras.
Yeah. So then the parrot goes into the igloo on the RC car, and the igloo's rigged with explosives. The bad guy's there, blows it up. He might or might not be dead. We never see him again. He could have gotten exploded.
Yeah, they just
a kid
cut to the next scene.
I thought they did mugshots at the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
mugshots.
Okay, he's okay.
Yeah.
So he was captured.
Alex gets a 6-figure reward, and then
That his
gives
parents
all the bad
probably-
guys chicken pox.
That's right. His parents promptly spin to refinish the house, and his dad brings him the exact same truck that got him into this nonsense in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
From his business trip.
All right, questions.
The mutator.
Questions and answers.
I have a question. The mutator is obviously one of those high-dollar Radio Shack remote control cars. It sells every year for Christmas. Do you think that Radio Shack was originally in, and they saw a rough cut, and they were like, take our name out of this movie?
I do not. I
Okay.
think that this is good enough for Radio Shack. I think
saw
that
their
they would be able
Christmas
to-
commercial this year,
fuck it,
right?
Yeah, it's Radio Shack.
Yeah.
If you see, when was the last time you saw them do
Well,
anything
I mean,
good?
this movie was going to be a vehicle to sell that thing. And then they were like,
I think they
you
still
can
would have
leave
gone.
it in the movie.
I think they
but
still would have gone. Jackie?
I just want to know why we couldn't see more of the old lady. I just loved her. She was cranky, cantankerous. She was a drunk who chain smoked. And she really liked sourdough bread. And I like sourdough bread. I had so much in common with that character.
It's because you have to have Alex alone. You couldn't have her team up, and Alex and old lady team up. No, that wouldn't be Home Alone.
That should be Home Alone 6. Old Lady's Revenge. She put on a Rambo thing.
Melissa?
Go to town.
I would like to know why Macaulay Culkin couldn't have done a cameo appearance in this movie.
He
Been like a background character, a kid next door, across the street, down the thing, where you just see him in the background and you're like, ah, yeah.
Even if you're the Culkin, would you have been in this film?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
That's a bad career
I think
move.
that he should have been the FBI.
Party
That
Monster
would've been-
wasn't a better career move for him. I'm
Party
just
Monster,
saying.
yeah. I
Just
mean, I'm
saying.
defending his career choices,
Yeah.
but at least he made a good one right there.
Yes.
If it was even offered.
Yeah. I would assume that it would have been. At some point. My question is, why is this not a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
Why does it take place after Christmas?
I don't know.
And why are they billing it as a Christmas movie?
It was released, just so you guys know for your information, on December 12th. That is the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the plot device that it's not Christmas? All the Christmas lights are still up, and day 5, which is the 15th, the 14th of January, all the Christmas lights, everybody's talking about Christmas still!
Did we ever see a Christmas tree with presents under it?
They talk about Christmas trees. That everybody's got their Christmas trees. It is a Christmas movie that doesn't take place during Christmas time for no reason!
No, there's no reason to not have it during Christmas.
It would have been better if it had been Christmas because then it could have been a recurring theme, like, oh, this is a Christmas movie. Everybody go see the Christmas movie.
Every Christmas
It's not
we
a
forget our
Christmas movie.
children. Yeah.
Goddamn terrible. I think that this is the worst Christmas movie ever made because it's not even a Christmas movie, but it is. Jesus.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't you have been pissed if you'd gone to the, okay, kids, let's go see a Christmas movie. It's Home Alone 3. Woo, Christmas. And you get there and it's not a Christmas movie.
Or if
Yeah,
you went
that's
to-
like asking somebody to get you Lucky Charms at the store and they bring back parrot poopies. Which is the knockoff brand of Lucky Charms.
I'm pretty sure that's not called parrot poopies.
Well, that's what I call
Jackie
them.
calls them.
Because
All
that's
right.
what they taste like. Like bird shit.
Every listener's going to be inferring that.
If you went to go see Jingle All the Way, and it's actually during Easter, and he's just trying to get peeps.
But talking about Christmas the whole time.
Talking about Christmas the whole time. Like, remember in Christmas, like, why isn't it Christmas?
Yeah. I like Christmas candy. Let's go get peeps. What the fuck? It just made no sense to me. So, as the tradition that we're going to start on this episode for this podcast crawl, does this movie capture the true spirit of Christmas?
No.
No.
Because it can't even figure
Yes, it
out
does.
that it's... Oh, boy. Okay, let's hear it.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
no.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
The payoff of the film is the old lady finds a friend in Alex Pruitt.
Oh, God damn it.
That's the Christmas spirit.
That is the Christmas
Yeah.
spirit.
Disagree.
Is to
Oh! Counterpoint.
yeah. How is that not the Christmas spirit?
The Christmas spirit is to purchase things for other people and win the competition that is kind of unspoken, winning Christmas.
Winning Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So,
I have
like,
never won Christmas.
My husband and I buy each other gifts, and he always tries to win Christmas. You can tell he put a lot of effort. This year, he is not winning Christmas. Not even possible, because he is getting a snowblower. He doesn't listen to this podcast. So, I think the spirit of Christmas is less touchy-feely than that.
Okay. That's all fine and good. But in the realm of theatrical movies, there is a spirit of Christmas that is not that. Consumerism in theaters is never the spirit of Christmas. That is the reality of Christmas. We are talking about film.
Charles Dickens' Spirit of Christmas.
Spirit of Christmas.
No, this movie does not have that.
No.
Well, I think he's right.
I think I'm right.
I think he's right.
Well, can you be nice to old ladies year-round? Does it have to be Christmas
That's
time?
the spirit of
That
Christmas.
is the
You
spirit of
learn
Christmas.
that because of Christmas,
Right.
and then you're nice to him forever.
But he wasn't even nice
Lifelong
to her
friendship.
during Christmas. He was nice to
He
her
was
after
nice to her
Christmas.
after he learned
He didn't shovel
the
her
lesson.
driveway during Christmas.
The lesson of Christmas was learned and then can be applied.
Post-Christmas. On
gifts,
January
the
14th.
gifts. No.
If you're leaving
No.
your Christmas lights up till January 14th, you can wait that long to learn the lesson of Christmas, I guess.
No, this movie does not capture the lesson of Christmas.
Well-
which is be better at your job.
Well, tweet to us and tell us what you think of Home Alone 3 if it's got the true spirit of Christmas by hashtagging 15 bad Xmas. Actually, I'm sorry, 15 Xmas movies. We're trying to keep that one short. 15 Xmas movies with the X, not the actual Christ. We're getting the Christ out of Christmas. And on that note, we're getting the hell out of this podcast. Get to the chopper and have a happy holidays.